Hi guys, welcome to episode 12 of Romp Chess Rating Climb. Here we are at 12 episodes. When I first started this journey, I didn't really know how far it would go. I was actually kind of surprised when I made it to 10 episodes, and here I am at 12. I'm coming off a miserable, embarrassing loss in episode 11. Black. I played as white. Black opened with C6, and I referred to that opening as the Caro-Kann. I was I was informed that that's actually the Caro-Kann opening. So at that point, I should have known I was in trouble. I didn't even pronounce the defense correctly. I do recall that the first time that I saw that defense, that C6 opening by Black, I actually referred to it as the Sicilian. So I guess I'm making a step in the right direction. However, I really got myself behind in development, and I rushed through my moves. I didn't take time to calculate, so just a terrible performance on my part. And But the past is the past. We're going to leave it behind and move on, and hopefully do better. And in episode 12, I don't see how I could do much worse. So, having said that, let's go to play and start our game. We're searching for an opponent. We're going to be playing against a 592. And they do open with e4, so I'm going to respond with e6. I'll bring the queen out right away. Not a problem. I'm not afraid of that paper line. Okay, so queen is threatening here. This pawn is attacked, but also protected here. This knight could jump to here in front of the queen, could jump to here, could possibly jump to here or here. I want to develop on the queen side, so instead of bringing my knight out, I'm going to go ahead and push the C pawn to make some room over here on this side. Now this C pawn is currently defended. White is attacking here with the knight, which is defended twice, attacked once. I eventually want to bring my queen to b6 over here to protect against this this attack by the light square bishop on this diagonal. So I'm attacked here. If I put the light square bishop to here, that will protect and also protect this diagonal here. So let's go here. White could possibly push this pawn. So I'm going to move the queen again. Again, they're putting pressure here. I'm going to go ahead and do I want to bring my queen out to b6, or do I want to bring my knight to c6? I'm going to go ahead and bring my queen to b6. At this point, I'm not even thinking about any attacking plans. I'm just trying to develop. So black or white does take here. I can't take back because my queen is exposed, or my pawn is pinned. Is what I'm trying to say. So my pawn is pinned here. If I push the pawn, queen's going to take, and I'm undefended there. Let's think about this for a minute. If I put the queen here, what if I push the c pawn to reveal an attack on the queen? So push here, reveal an attack here. Queen still threatens, but that's protected by the bishop. So if I push here, now the queen either has to take, or move. So white does decide to take. I actually don't mind that, because when I take back here, that's going to open up this this file for the rook. So I think I like that, even though my my pawns are now doubled. That's okay, because this file is open now for the rook. So not terrible. White is up a couple of pawns at this point. I still have pressure here by both these pieces. I can bring if I take, that pawn will be attacked twice. If I come here, that does put a defender on that pawn. So let's go here. I also can develop here, put pressure on the knight. Yeah, so white does decide to go ahead and castle. I still have this pressure here. So I still don't want to take here. My knight's currently restricted there. So let's bring this knight out, or this bishop out, put pressure here on this knight. Okay, is it time to castle, or do I have an exchange that benefits me? So if I take, white takes back with one of these two pieces, then I could take, this pawn is protected twice, it's attacked twice. Let's go ahead and castle and think about redirecting the rook over to the C file to put pressure here. So white decides to go ahead and take. If I take back here with the bishop. White takes. Okay, do I want to take here, or do I want to take the knight, or do I have something else? Let's take here. If white takes back, the queen, or the king, has an open file here. There. So they do take back. So if I go, do I have an, okay, so I've got to pretty much have to take the bishop there. Okay. So the pawn is being attacked. Can I do anything with the knight? No. I could put the king to there. Let's go ahead and move the king. Okay. So I've got pressure here. Now I need to move the rook to protect this file. So now these rooks are looking at each other. If white takes, I take back, and the rook is protected by the king. Now I need to get this. I need to get this knight off the back rank. So either there or there. If I go there and then jump to there, then I'm protecting this pawn. So let's go there. That also covers this square and this square. Okay. If I go here, I'm threatening this pawn with a fork to the two rooks. So I like that. Just looking for a way to gain an advantage. I also have a I would also have a check here. So if I could redirect the knight to there, that would check the king and win this. Okay, so black or white has me in check, but I think I'm in pretty good position because I can take back and I'm protected by the knight and the king. So let's take back here. Okay, so white does take the rook. Do I take back or take with a tempo? If I check first, the king could actually move to there and threaten my knight. So let's take with the king. Now I need to get this rook over here. I need to get the rook over here. gosh, how can I fork you? Okay, I see something here. So if I move the knight there, take that pawn, then I have the rook and the bishop forked. Is there something better? Is there something better? I like this. I really like this. So now I have these two pieces forked. White's probably going to move to here, protect this bishop. Oh, they move the... Interesting. It's not what I would play, but that's okay. Let's take this. Definitely take the rook here. Okay. Man, if I can get this, if I can get to the back rank. Take the pawn. Is that what I want to do? Take the pawn. Take the pawn there. Okay, black covers. If I redirect to here, I'm putting pressure on the bishop. If bishop takes, I take back, or actually I could take with the pawn. So let's go here. Okay. White covers again. So they're protecting here. I've got this check on the back rank. So if I move there, queen has to go here, king has to go there. So let's check. To have another check. My knight is kind of stuck at the moment. The bishop is attacking here. I can counterattack. Let me draw this out first. So I can counterattack here, hit the bishop, hit the knight, and that square is protected by the king, so I like that. Do I take the bishop to simplify the position? I'm up in material. So let's go ahead and take here. White takes back. If I go, move the rook to here. Is that what I want to do? And threaten here. Oh no. Oh, that was a terrible blunder. Okay, so let's take back. So let's go here. Oh, I can't believe I just blundered my... Now I'm going to have to figure out how to push this, one of these pawns. So So king can't take there. Go check again. Let's move to here. Let's actually, let's move here. If I could just promote one of these, oh my gosh, I'm still upset that I lost my rook. Okay, so if I would redirect my knight to here, that's covering move my king here. I'm still covered there. So let's go here. So I will take here, go there, okay, so black is going, or white's going to promote. There's no way I can, I don't have a check on the king. Don't have anywhere to move the, so white's gonna promote. Man, this is disappointing. So white's going to promote there. Yeah, that's a oh, this is a tough one. Oh, and again, I missed a fork right there. I could have forked the queen and the king. So I got in a rush and missed that. And now, that's even a worse blunder than losing my rook. That's even a worse blunder than losing my rook. Yeah, this is just totally lost, man. It's oh, that's disappointing. Yeah, I'm just going to resign at this point. It's lost. Okay, so yeah, that's disappointing. I had two blunders there that really cost me. I got in a rush, didn't take time to calculate and think. But let's review. So coach says I play some impressive tactics in the game. So it's but I also has some terrible blunders. My gosh. Another one that I should have Should have, could have won, but did not. So let's go to the game review. Oh yeah, so I had two blunders. Already know what they both are. That really cost me the game. Um, but I didn't play bad. I actually took a lead and should have won this game. Um, but I did not. So let's start the review and see what we can learn from this. So F3 is in an accuracy for white. It's just standard French opening. Another inaccuracy for white. So I do want to stop here for a minute because I play the French defense so much. So the coach is saying that I had a better option, which would have been to take here. Let's take a minute to look at this line. So if I take here, queen takes back. The queen is exposed in the center of the board. Material would be even at this point, and then I would have this this tempo move, which is also a development move. The queen would have to retreat somewhere, either on the fourth or third rank, just somewhere. And at this point, I'm ahead in development. So yeah, I definitely need to keep that in mind. Let's go back to the review. But I didn't take here. I played C3. Or C5, I'm sorry. Push the C pawn. And again, should have taken here for the same reasons that we just explored. And this time it was even worse because this time, and I see that. I don't even really have to like analyze that too much, but to go back, I see that this pawn here, the D pawn, is attacked twice, defended twice by the queen and the pawn, and by moving my bishop to D7, I effectively removed one of the defenders. So so that's a case of forgetting how to count. So I see why that's an inaccuracy. I didn't notice it during the game, but I do see it now. And my opponent had a miss here by moving the queen. They should have just taken this pawn for the reason that I just described. Now there's a it's a blunder on my part by playing B6. Why is that a blunder? The game review coach says just allowed a pawn to be taken without a fight. So so again, this poor D pawn here, I'm leaving it unprotected. At this point in the game, I'm doing a terrible job of defending my pieces, and sometimes I do realize that the best defense is a good offense. So if on turn 3 or whenever it was, if I had just taken here, all this chaos would have been avoided. So that's why the queen move was a blunder, because I'm just giving up this piece. And so finally, white does take, and I don't take back. I don't take back. My idea was to just to force a queen trade. I definitely should have calculated this a little bit longer than I did, because this white pawn, I can't take here because of the queen. Let's see what a better option would have been. Let's look at this a little bit closer, if you'll just bear with me. Yeah, so by pushing the pawn, I'm behind in material. So by offering a queen trade, I'm really not helping myself. I'm just offering an even trade, but a better option would have been to attack this pawn here. If I move the knight to there and attack this pawn, then I'm also removing the pin on this pawn from the queen. So let's go back to review. Take back. So there's a miss. There's a miss by my opponent. They missed a chance to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. So they should have taken here because they have a battery with the pawn and the bishop, and also an attacker here. So this e pawn is attacked 1, 2, 3 times and only defended twice. And plus that would have opened up this this file that the king is on. White could have slid the rook to there, and I'd have been in real serious trouble. But instead they pushed their pawn, which also weakened their pawn structure in front of the king. So I castled there. I actually thought about taking, but I just felt like I needed to get my king in a safer position. And again, the coach is saying that I permitted the opponent to capture a pawn and win material after follow-up trades, which is kind of where we were before I castled. So here we're going to see it in real time. Okay, here we're calling this king move to f7 in an accuracy. Why is that an accuracy? My idea was to protect this pawn with the king. I didn't really see another way to protect the pawn. But if I had moved, let's see what this looks like. If I had moved the knight to there, then I'm attacking here, but this pawn is still undefended. But if white takes, okay, I see it now. So if white were to take with the rook, I take back. Now the rook has to go somewhere. So there's another miss. I should have just taken this pawn here because it's undefended. That pawn is totally undefended, and the e-pawn is being attacked by the rook. So yeah, that's a miss there. I should have just taken. But I decided to defend. Now they take. I can't take back with the king, obviously, because of the rook. And here is, I think, one of my better moves of the game. When I forked the bishop and the rook. At this point, the game is getting back close to even. I was well, it didn't really change that much, but I fork. And then there was a really bad blunder by my opponent. They basically left this rook hanging here because of this fork. They didn't defend. Then I punish. So at this point, I've got a rook and two knights against a bishop and a knight in game. So there's no reason that I should have lost this game at this point. If you see here, my the ELO bar has me ahead by a 5.12 at this point in the game. And I take again. Now I'm up in exchange and a pawn. Check. King moves. Fork the bishop and the knight. Take the knight. Oh, and there's the. Oh, there's the one that breaks my heart. I just got in a hurry here. I didn't calculate that this square is defended by the knight. I pushed my rook down there, and at this point I had 3 minutes in the game, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So I had a ton of time. Let's see what the better move would have been here. So yeah, I actually had a check here. I had a check to the king, which would have been a pretty strong move. And it would also be a fork. So I could have grabbed another piece. So if I had moved my knight to here, which just should have been glaringly obvious. I mean, I need to always look for checks first in the endgame. Checks, captures, and threats. And right there's my check. King has to move somewhere. So if king moves here, then I just take another pawn, and now black is just, or white is just, would just be totally lost at this point. A knight and a rook against a sole knight, but man, shame on me. I take back. At this point, it's basically I'm still winning. Not as much as I was, but I'm still way ahead. So okay there. Okay there. Let's see where it went wrong. Okay, so here king to f6 is an inaccuracy. Why is that an inaccuracy? I move the king away. And really I'm ignoring my biggest threat. My biggest threat is this pawn that white is attempting to push, that is only 3 squares from promoting. And this king is crucial in defending against this pawn promotion. And I took it out of the action in favor of trying to promote one of my pawns, which are further away and not passed. I currently have no passed pawns. So I move the king away. If I take it back, if I have moved the king to here, now the white king can't go there. White could push this pawn. Let's go back to the review. But I pushed the king away. There's a mistake by my opponent. They should have put the king over here on this side, on the same side as my king, which would have prevented my king to coming in here anywhere to defend against this pawn push. Okay, so at this point, I'm still ahead in the game, and when I move my king, that allowed this pawn to pass right here. I should have taken. If I had taken, okay, now I see. Now I see it. So if I had taken here, and white were to take back, then I could sacrifice the knight and take the last passed pawn, something like this. Now I could come over here with my king, take this pawn, and win this race to promotion. The computer actually says mate in 14, which is a long road, but yeah, at least I would have been winning. Okay, let's go back to the review. So that's why that was an inaccuracy by my opponent. And then I saw their inaccuracy and raised them a blunder. However, I still had a really good opportunity here that I saw as soon as I made the wrong move. So I moved this king, which the coach actually says is a good move, but if I had played knight d6 check, oh, never mind, I couldn't have played that because the king is currently in check, so I would have had to move the king to there. Yeah, at this point the game is pretty much lost, regardless of what I do. So I don't think there's really anything else to take away from the game. So I just resigned. So another poor game. I feel like I'm kind of like regressing. I did have some positive takeaways in that game, but I just kind of squandered my opportunities and threw it away. But that's okay. Let's just keep pressing forward. And I'll see you back in episode 13. Maybe that'll be lucky 13 since I've lost 2 in a row now. See you guys later. Thanks for joining in. Bye.